Hi darlings, welcome back. Thanks for joining me for a new video here on my channel. So as you're watching this video, I don't actually know where in the world I'm going to be. I have so many different travels coming up, including some long haul flights to New York and to LA and also to Charleston. And so I'm having to be really organised at the moment and get lots of things prepared for the trips. And I thought it'd be really interesting and useful, hopefully, to share with you a few of the things which, without fail, always come with me in my hand luggage, and also share a few of the tips which I find really useful for just making travelling more comfortable and more enjoyable. One of the trips I have coming up is with a beauty brand, so we will be flying business class, but actually the trip to New York and the trip to LA, I'll be flying in economy. So whether you're flying business or flying economy, hopefully you might pick something up from my collection of items that come with me in my hand luggage, and they'll make your upcoming flights a lot more comfortable as well. If you would like to see what I am wearing to the airport and what I like to wear on long haul flights, then keep an eye on my vlogs and on my Instagram stories. I'll be sharing my travel outfits there. And you could also keep an eye on my Like to Know It profile. I'll leave the information about that link down below. But basically, whenever I do a casual outfit photo, like just before heading to the airport, I might take a snap in the mirror and show you my outfit. I'll upload it to the Like to Know It app, and all of the information about what I'm wearing will be linked underneath the image. So I'll leave that link down below in case you want to see my travel outfits. But anyway, let's get started first of all with the actual luggage. Okay, so with long haul flights, I always like to take a little cabin bag as well as a big handbag, as big as I can possibly get away with. My luggage is from Antler and I've got the matching set. This is the cabin size. I've also got like a medium one and also a really big one. The really big one will be coming with me to LA. The medium and the large are both expandable, so really great if you do a little bit of shopping while you're away. This one is not expandable, but I absolutely love the colour. It's stiff and sturdy, you can pack loads inside. All the cases have got these combination padlocks, which ensures all your bits and bobs are nice and safe. And I have these little hot pink Aspinall luggage tags on all of my bags, and they are part of a set which I'll be showing you more of later. So this is where most of my belongings will be. But on those really long haul flights, obviously that bag is going to go up in the overhead locker, so I also like to have a big handbag with me as well. Usually it will be my Valentino bag. This was quite an investment. It is a premium designer handbag, but I have got a lot of use out of this, and especially when I'm traveling long haul, this bag is my best friend because I can fit so much inside it. Alrighty, so now let's talk about the things that I take with me. I've got a few different categories. I've got piles on the floor here. We've got comfort, beauty, technology and practicality. I would say those are my categories. So let's start with the comfort category. Before I show you all of these things, my first traveling tip is to do with jet lag. Obviously when you're going to somewhere like New York or LA, there is a very big time difference to here in London. So my top tip is to get yourself into the time zone of the country that you're visiting as soon as possible, whether that's adjusting your meal times. So if you eat on the plane, think, is this my lunch or is this my dinner? Maybe you could set your watch to the upcoming travel time, and also get as much sleep as possible on the plane, but especially sleeping if it is the night time in the country that you're about to visit. I find generally that just sleeping as much as possible on planes is the best idea, because firstly it makes the journey go a lot quicker, but also it means that you arrive a lot more refreshed and less tired and groggy, and you're more awake and alert to enjoy and explore your new destination. So a few things to help me sleep. First of all, an eye mask. I always take an eye mask with me. I have quite a few of these beautiful silk eye masks from a brand called Slip. I have loads of different patterns and I just absolutely adore them. The pink ones are my favourite. I'll tend to wash these after each journey, just with a cold hand wash setting. And of course these just help to block out any light, so even if the lights on the aeroplane are on full beam and it's light outside, you can still get yourself off to sleep by putting this over your eyes. And it's also a really great way of just saying to those around you, I'm sleeping now, do not disturb. The fact that this is silk just makes it so soft and lovely and gentle on your skin, and I think they look very chic as well. So you'll always find one of these in my hand luggage, whether it's a 9-hour flight, a 3-hour flight or a 15-hour flight. Something which I reserve for much longer journeys, like 7 hours or above, is my travel blanket slash pillow. When it's in its case, this can be used as a pillow, but I normally will get this out. In fact, I'll show you. And by the way, this I believe I got from TK Maxx, so I'll try and find a similar one linked down below. Everything that I'm mentioning will be linked down in the description box. So this is just a lovely travel blanket. I just find if I'm going to be snuggling up in something and having something really close to my face, I want it to be something that is mine, something that smells like home, something that I have washed myself, not those scratchy blankets that come on airplanes. Some more affordable airlines like Norwegian, you actually have to pay to get the blankets as well. But I have heard horror stories from friends that work in the airline industry that they don't get washed very regularly unless they're obviously soiled. So I just prefer to bring my own blanket for many reasons, and this one I think is nice and chic. It's got like a little pouch at the bottom here so you can put your feet in it if you want to, or you can just kind of snuggle yourself up into it. But I absolutely love this and I use it on nearly all my long haul flights. I love to be cozy, so I definitely recommend a travel blanket. Sorry if the lighting has just totally changed. I forgot that I had a work phone call and it lasted an hour, so it's a little bit later now. But the next thing that I like to take with me in my hand luggage that keeps me comfortable and helps my sleep is a neck pillow. This is the squishiest, softest and most comfortable neck pillow that I'm yet to find. It is from Skinny Dip. I would say make sure you take your makeup off before you sleep on this, because it does pick up the makeup where it is velvet, but it's got this gorgeous kind of celestial star print on there. It's got a ribbon to attach it around your neck so it doesn't go flying off anywhere. You could literally just walk around with it like this if you wanted to, but then you really do just mold into it, and it's so soft and comfortable. If you are looking to get a neck pillow, one thing I would ensure that you get is one that has a removable cover. So this one you can see the innard, and then this can come off and get put in the washing machine in between your trips, just so that it's nice and clean and fresh, because these do get chucked around when you're not on the airplane, so it's good to have one that you can wash. And then just a couple of other miscellaneous things in my hand luggage that keep me comfortable. First of all is a pair, I appear to have 3 singular socks here, of cashmere socks. I like to take my shoes off as soon as I get on the airplane. It helps with circulation, it helps you get comfortable, and cashmere socks are another little luxury that just makes your journey a lot more comfortable. Mine are from the White Company. I've got them in cream and I've got them in pink. You might want to slip your shoes back on when you go to the bathroom, but sometimes I just leave these on and then give them a nice wash as soon as I get to the hotel or back home again. It's actually not often that I've used this on a flight, but you never know. Just in case the airline does provide you with a nice pillow, I like to take my own silk pillowcase. This one again is from Slip, so the same brand as my eye mask, but I also like to use this in hotels. Sleeping on silk is so much better for your hair and better for your skin than sleeping on cotton, and once again I just like to be surrounded by home comforts, and because I've washed this at home it just smells like home, so it's something nice to have with you, whether that's on the plane or when you get to your final destination. And last but not least, comfort wise, this is especially important if you're traveling in economy. This is a foot sling, and this will help you if you like to have your legs elevated, which I most definitely do when I'm traveling. Most of these travel bits and bobs can be picked up from Amazon. Like I said, I'll have direct links down below. This is fantastic. I actually picked this up after seeing Emily Canham use this on the way back from Vietnam. We had a 12-hour flight and I was like, oh my god, what is that contraption? And she was telling me how fabulous it is. You basically hook this around the tray table of the seat in front of you. Just kind of acts like a sling. Obviously it's adjustable so you can bring it up or down depending on where you want your feet to be, and it just enables you to have your feet tucked up, making your little bit of legroom a bit more like a sofa or a bed, and I personally just find it helps me to get myself to sleep a little bit quicker and more comfortably. Okay, so the next category is beauty, and I feel like I have finally got my in-flight beauty routine down to a T. I have been through both ends of the spectrum. Before I knew any better, I would get on a plane with a full face of makeup and not touch it, and then on the other side of the spectrum, when I was really into my in-flight beauty routine, I would do everything from sheet masks to facial massages, you name it, and I would do it. But this is my happy medium. I like to be sustainable where possible, so of course I don't want to be using the single-use little plastic bags that they give you at the airport. This is the perfect size. In my experience, they've never asked me to decant this into a little plastic bag, and it contains all of my in-flight liquids. First thing that I do is take off my makeup, and I have this little Biore baking soda micellar water. I'm not too fussy on the brand, but I just happen to have this mini version. I've got another makeup bag with my non-liquids in, and inside that are my travel reusable cotton pads. So in here I've got a selection of cotton pads. These are the fabric ones, and I will just use them with the micellar water to take my makeup off or refresh my skin during the flight, and then I'll just wrap them up in a tissue, pop them in the bottom of my bag, and then give them a wash when I get to my destination. The next thing in here is a face mist. This is the ELEMIS Pro Collagen Rose Hydro Face Mist. This one smells absolutely divine, of course, because it has got that rose element to it. It's also super hydrating and it's good for plumping the skin, and I just love to mist my face probably every 20 minutes or so. I have this out on my table when I get on an aeroplane, and I love misting my skin to keep it hydrated during the flight. I also find the skin on my hands can get quite dry, so I always have a little hand cream with me. This is the Mon Amour hand cream from L'Occitane. I find it the most hydrating one out there. I've got another mini makeup remover, this one specifically for eyes and lips from ELEMIS, just in case the Biore one or the other micellar water I have with me doesn't quite get rid of all of my eye makeup. Next is another mini face mist. This one is from Balance Me. It's a hyaluronic plumping mist, 99% natural. To be honest, this one is in here just in case I don't have room for the ELEMIS, and it's always handy to have a little backup. I've got a miniature fragrance. This is the Tom Ford Neroli Portofino. I think it's nice to just give yourself a quick spritz of fragrance as you land at your destination, because there's nothing worse than that stuffy flight smell, so a little mini perfume like this is really handy. I love to have a luxurious face oil with me because this is how I keep my skin the most hydrated during a flight, and this is the Darphin Chamomile Aromatic Care Oil. If I'm feeling bougie, I might give myself a bit of a face massage, but to be honest, my skin just drinks this in, and I'll apply it maybe every 3 hours. If I wake up from a nap, then I'll apply it again, and it's amazing how much the skin loves to drink this in while you're flying. Obviously, the air on board an airplane is so dehydrating, it sucks all the glow from your skin, but by giving myself a little oil facial throughout the flight, then I do tend to land with even brighter, more glowing skin than when we took off. Next in here is, oh my gosh, this is the one thing that I would 100% tell everyone to get for a flight. It is the Neal's Yard Organic Defense Hand Spray. Pure organic essential oil. I think this kills 99.9% of bacteria. You just mist this onto your hands, rub your hands together, and it gets rid of the bacteria on your hands. But why I love this one more than any others that I've tried is that it smells absolutely incredible. I think it's rosemary, witch hazel, it's got thyme oil, citrus, basically loads of lovely ingredients in here which smell amazing, and it's natural, organic, so you're not going to be putting loads of chemicals on your skin before eating or before touching your face and things like that. To keep any other areas of skin hydrated, you can put this on the face as well and also on the hair. I've got a little mini, and I love beauty advent calendars and things like Birchbox for these minis. This is the Nux Oil Prodigious Multi-Purpose Dry Oil for face, body and hair. I tend to put this on my elbows, and then I'll rub it on my arms, on my knees and legs and things like that, just to keep any areas of exposed skin hydrated during the flight. Lip balm, my favourite is the Liz Earle Super Skin Lip Balm. This actually visibly plumps the lips, but I just find it so hydrating. It's lovely and soft and easy to apply. I don't like having to shove my finger in a pot, so this one is absolutely brilliant. Got some eye drops. These are for dry and irritated eyes. I just get these from Boots. I tend to apply these every few hours and just before you land as well, just so my eyes don't get too dry. To hydrate and energize the eyes, I've got the Pixie Skin Treats 24K Eye Elixir. This is a roll-on, which makes it super easy to apply, and the ball, the little metal ball, is just so cooling, so it's lovely to apply this mid-flight and also before landing. And then just a couple of extra bits. I have got an ultra conditioning lip treatment in here from ELEMIS. If I'm about to have a nap, then I will slather this on my lips, and it is so conditioning. Little mini travel toothpaste. I've got some aloe vera gel in this little reusable pot. Sometimes I'll put Albus oil in there, sometimes I'll put aloe vera gel, depending on if I have any areas of redness I want calming, or if I want to avoid any bugs and germs on the plane. If it is flu season or you do catch colds quite easily, I definitely recommend putting some Albus oil in a reusable pot like this and just popping it around the edges of your nose before you get on an airplane. I've got a mini of the Benefit Bad Girl Bang Mascara just to give my lashes a quick top up of makeup before we land. And then a very light CC cream. This is from Arborian. It's the High Definition Radiance Face Cream Skin Perfector. It's SPF 25 and it just gives your skin a lovely bit of very lightweight coverage, which I think is really flattering just upon landing. Last but not least, another face oil. This one is from Neom. This is one that I like to apply before going to sleep because it smells absolutely heavenly. And then I have one more little tip when it comes to taking beauty products on airplanes and on holiday with you. If you have a favourite serum, like for me, I'm obsessed at the moment with the Immortelle serum from L'Occitane. This is amazing if you're concerned with those early signs of aging and you just want to keep your skin looking glowing and fresh, keep it nourished, get rid of any first signs of fine lines and wrinkles. But this is a heavy glass bottle, so what I like to do on my trips is take one of these mini bottles. This one was from I think a Birchbox that had a lot of Balance Me things in it. It no longer has the Balance Me serum in there, but what I will do, because this is such a handy size with the little pipette, is just pump some of my favourite L'Occitane serum into there ahead of the flight. I just found one more thing which is in my hand luggage bag, and it is these, I think they're called ampoules, replumping ampoules from L'Oreal. So these are from the Revitalift collection. They have got filler and hyaluronic acid in them. Hyaluronic acid obviously is so hydrating, so fantastic for your skin on airplanes. And they are these little individual serums. You can see they're these little individual canisters. These I think are fantastic for taking on airplanes because again, you don't need to take a whole pot of serum with you. Just take however many, the amount of nights that you're traveling for. Really, really handy for traveling. That's not all when it comes to beauty. I also have my makeup bag here, which contains the things which are not liquid. So this doesn't have to be separated out from the rest of my stuff when it goes through security. Inside here, I've got a face halo. This is another fantastic way of cleansing the skin. Sometimes I'll just take this into the bathroom, you pop a little bit of water on here, and then it gets rid of any excess oils and any makeup on the skin. Really, really handy. I've got a mirror. This is my really big Paul and Joe mirror. I think I got this from ASOS, but it's fantastic because it has a little cover on it so your mirror doesn't get dirty, and a really big mirror, which is great when you're doing your beauty routine on a flight. My toothbrush, this one has got the little cover on it. This one is from a brand called Sonic Chic, and it is actually an electric toothbrush, which is fantastic for keeping you feeling fresh and clean. But then if you don't want to go to the bathroom or leave your seat, or you just want to freshen up during the flight, I've got some of these Listerine Go tablets in my travel bag. These are fantastic for freshening up on the go because unlike chewing gum, because you just pop a tablet out of the packet, you can see there's 8 in the back here, you just kind of swirl the tablet around your mouth, it naturally dissolves. You swirl it around like mouthwash and instantly it freshens up your entire mouth. No matter what you've been eating, you'll feel super fresh after taking one of those. Other things in here, I've got some Slip Silk hair bubbles. I'll tend to just tie my hair up in a big bun on top of my head during flights, and these ones don't leave any kinks in my hair and they're really easy to pull on and off. Another lip balm, this is from the Elizabeth Arden 8 Hour collection, also really lovely and hydrating. I've got a tinted lip balm here from By Terry, which I'll tend to apply just before we land. And then of course I've got my BareMinerals Original Foundation. This is great for traveling because it's not a liquid, but it just gives your skin the most beautiful coverage. You can build it up for as much or as little as you want. You can use it in really precise areas like a concealer or all over, depending on what kind of coverage you would like. And then I've also got the BareMinerals Complexion Rescue Hydrating Foundation Stick in here, which if my skin is just a little bit drier or I want to be really precise with where I apply something for a little bit of coverage, then this is fantastic for applying while on the go. Last but not least, I have an eyebrow pencil that always just makes my face look more complete. I always like to just top up my brows. If I've had no makeup on for a while, it just makes me look a little bit more human. And this one from Collagen in the shade Light also has a spoolie on one end, so all I need to get my brows looking groomed when we land. The next thing that I have in my hand luggage is this little pouch, and in here are all the things that I need that just make me feel a little bit more clean in my environment. So I think everybody saw that video going viral on Twitter of the guy using his feet to adjust the TV handset on the screen in front of him. Ever since then, I have taken wet wipes with me to clean everywhere around me on an airplane. I don't use face wipes for removing my makeup. I don't think it's good for your skin or good for the environment. So that was a little bit of a problem when I was looking for the right kind of wet wipes to take on a plane with me. But I found these from Ecova. The wipes themselves are biodegradable. They have a naturally derived fragrance, and Ecova products are plant-based, so once again you're not putting chemicals everywhere, but you're still getting the antibacterial effects. So what I'll do when I get on an airplane is I'll just take 1 or 2 of these wipes. I'll clean the screen in front of me, I'll clean my tray table, I'll clean the handlebars either side, armrests. I'll clean the armrests either side, the remote control, and also just the wall area where the window is, in case my head ends up there or I touch the wall or touch the window. I don't want to be picking up any germs, so it may seem a little bit extra, but trust me, it is so worth taking some biodegradable wipes with you on an airplane. And then in here I've got some other little things like some tablets. I've got antihistamine allergy tablets. I have got some paracetamol, those are ibuprofen. I have got some panty liners because it just helps you feel a little bit more fresh. And then I've also got some antimicrobial hand wipes. These are not so environmentally friendly. They come in these little packets, but I had them lying around the house, so I thought it'd be handy just to pop them in my travel bag, but I'm not going to go out and buy any more because not eco-friendly. Also in here, this is something I love to use on long haul flights, my ELEMIS Pro Collagen Hydra Gel Eye Masks. I'll apply these in the last 40 minutes of a flight, and it really helps to rehydrate that under eye area, because otherwise I absolutely look like a zombie for the first 24 hours upon arriving at a new destination. And something that I've also added in here, that's something that arrived in my PO box, are these Star Skin VIP 7-second luxury all-day masks. These are a 7-in-1 miracle skin mask pad. Apparently it's a 7-step skincare routine in one easy step, a mask pad that delivers instant fresh and dewy looking skin. So I thought that would be fantastic to take on an aeroplane, and I've got 2 of those in this little bag as well. In the practical category, I have a few things here. First of all, a little pen. I don't know about you, but I find that I very rarely use pens these days, so I have my most beautiful pen in my hand luggage. This one I believe is from Swarovski. You might be able to see here it's got a crystal in the lid and then these beautiful crystals around the top of the pen. It's rose gold and white, and I just think it's absolutely stunning. You very often have to fill in immigration forms and things like that, so instead of asking a stranger to borrow their pen, I like to have my very own chic pen with me. Then of course I have my passport. I like to keep it protected. I've got this beautiful personalised case which is from Aspinall. It's this gorgeous scratch resistant Saffiano leather in a beautiful blush pink shade, and most importantly it protects my passport, because there's nothing worse than getting a bend or a rip in your passport and being denied entry to the country you're trying to fly to. And then any other flight documents go in this incredible pink folio, also from Aspinall. I'll put my boarding pass in here, any currency, my visa, anything like that, any train tickets I might need. It's just really handy to have everything in one place, and I just think the Aspinall travel sets are so chic. This is from their new neon collection, and this is what matches the little luggage tags that you saw on my suitcase earlier on in the video. The next category is sustainability, and I don't like to use any single-use plastic, whether that's water bottles or coffee cups or things like that when I'm traveling, so you absolutely have to be prepared. These are my favourite things to take with me. First of all, my Corksicle coffee cup. This is a really big one. It keeps, I think, your hot drink hot for 9 hours, I believe. I've definitely been on flights that are around 6 or 7 hours, totally forgot about my coffee, and then gone to have a drink towards the end of the flight, and it has still been piping hot, so can confirm that the insulation very much works on this. So I'll take this to Starbucks or Pret just before getting on a flight, ask for my oat milk latte, and then it means I don't need to take on a single-use plastic coffee cup, or I don't have to find myself drinking aeroplane tea or coffee, which, let's face it, is never that nice. And another really good tip, if you have got a cold or if you feel like you've got a bit of a sore throat coming on, you could pop some lemon and ginger into this, and then when you board the flight, just ask the attendants to fill it up with hot water, and then you've got a lovely beverage to enjoy and to soothe your throat during the flight. If you love your tea, you could also of course take tea bags on with you and then pop one in your insulated coffee cup. Again, ask the air hostess to fill it up for you, and you've got your lovely beverage without having to pay for one from the in-flight menu and without having to use a single-use cup. If I'm running really low on space in my hand luggage, like if I'm not taking a little suitcase, and also to pop in my actual big bag for when we are at our destination, I probably don't want to carry a big insulated cup around with me. I have also got a little collapsible coffee cup. This is from a brand called Stojo. These are really handy because they collapse down so small, but then they pull out to be a full-size coffee cup. They do get really warm, so make sure you don't lose this little bit that goes underneath. Once again, you can get a full-size coffee, do the lid up, it's not going to spill anywhere because it's got this little flap. And I usually find myself using this quite a lot when we're at our destination because, as I said, collapses down so small you can just pop it in your handbag and enjoy your coffee while you are out and about at your destination. I always used to travel with a reusable water bottle, but this summer I have had the pleasure of using a Lark water bottle, and now I will never go back to a normal reusable water bottle. These are absolutely amazing. Obviously they look very, very chic, a lot more chic than single-use plastic water bottles, which I do not use at all anymore. They are insulated, they keep your water cool for, I mean, I've had water kept cool in these for like 12 hours. But what is so amazing about these is on the top here, you might be able to see the lid shining a bright colour. and that is because these Lark bottles actually clean your drinking water. So you can go to any tap, as long as the water runs clear, press the button on the lid, and when you see the light glowing, that means that it is using, I think it's ULED or UCLED light to clean the bacteria in your water and inside the bottle itself, so the bottle never gets smelly, the water is always clean. You don't have to use single-use plastic because you can literally go to any tap, fill it up and clean your own water. It actually illuminates and cleans the water every couple of hours, but you can just give it a double tap to give it an ultra blast if you want to drink your water there and then, and you just put some tap water into your bottle. These are very expensive for a water bottle, but if you think how many single-use plastic water bottles you might often buy when you're traveling, they all add up, and I think it's so important to bring your own reusable water bottle. And the fact that this cleans the water this summer during our travels to Cambodia, to Laos, it has been so useful. The final sustainable item that I carry with me in my hand luggage is one of these little pack up tote bags. This is from Emma Bridgewater. I got this in a local petrol station, but I'll try and find something similar to link down below. This means that we don't need to use any plastic bags in WH Smith, or if Charlie wants to buy some sandwiches from Pret or anything like that. It just means we always have a little tote bag with us so that we don't need to use any single-use shopping bags when we're in the airport, in World Duty Free or anything like that. Speaking of buying snacks, I will always have a bag of Percy Pigs with me in my hand luggage. I love to have a little something sweet just to keep my taste buds tingling throughout the journey, and Fizzy Pig's tails are my ultimate airplane treat. And I just found one more sustainable item, and it is my reusable cutlery. If we buy a salad from Pret, or if we are having a meal on the plane, I like to use my own cutlery because, again, I've washed it myself, I know that it's clean, and it avoids the use of single-use plastic cutlery. This little set, again, I'll leave it linked down below. I think I got this from Anthropology. So handy. You have a knife, fork and spoon all in this one handy little set. Again, I just wash it up when we get to our destination, and I'm very bougie, so I like to keep my cutlery in a little dust bag. This is actually a Chloe dust bag. The cutlery itself is not from Chloe, but my Chloe sandals came in this, and it just makes me smile every time I get my cutlery out of a Chloe dust bag. Okay, we've reached the final category. This is a very long video, but I've been super thorough with everything that I take with me in my hand luggage. I have got my Lenscent charging block along with various different adapters. So I've got the European adapter, UK adapter, and then it automatically has got a US adapter built in. This has got 4 different USB slots, so when I'm in the airport I can make sure that my phone and my laptop are all fully charged before getting on a flight. I would definitely recommend one of these, not only for when you're actually traveling, but when you reach your destination, because you can leave all of your electronics charging overnight. When I don't have access to a wall point, I have 2 power banks with me in my hand luggage. This little one is from Skinny Dip, and I use this for my phone. I take the wire out of the wall thing that I just showed you and pop it in here to charge my phone. And then this is a much bigger one. I think this is from Mophie, but this has loads and loads of charge in it. It's a little bit heavier, so I'll tend to keep it in the suitcase. But this I can use to either charge my charger or charge my laptop. I often like to do editing, photo editing and blog post writing while on airplanes, and my laptop will die during the journey, so it's good to have a big power bank so that I can keep it going and keep all my electronics alive during the flight. This does seem very extra, but I actually take 3 sets of earphones with me when we're flying. This set, because it plugs into my laptop, it's got the old school kind of plug. I've got my wireless earpods, which I will mostly listen to podcasts on. That is another of my flight tips. Sorry, they've been a little bit sparse tip-wise, but I would definitely recommend downloading loads of podcasts. A few of my favourites include the Mile Higher podcast, if you like your conspiracy theories. I love the Sheerluxe ones for lots of girly fashion chat and kind of topical debates. With a group of girls, you just kind of feel like you're having a girly chat. I also love some of my fellow blogger podcasts, like Ella and Monica's Let's Discuss. I love Estays. There are so many. Again, I'll leave a few of my favourite podcasts linked down below. And I also like to download some TV programmes, such as, oh my god, I'm obsessed with, what's it actually called? The Gemma Collins Diva Forever programme. You can download that on the ITV Hub app. As long as you've got Wi-Fi, just make sure you download in advance, and then I'll just plug myself in with these during the flight to entertain myself. And then sometimes, this sounds so extra, but on a long haul flight, it can actually make your ears ache if you've had something in your ears the whole time. So I also like to take a set of overhead headphones with me. If you're finding that noise cancellation is a problem and you need total blackout, then these are also really great. So these can be wireless, but I do also take the little wire in case I want to plug them into my laptop or watch movies and plug them in to the aeroplane entertainment system. And then the last few bits and bobs, obviously my phone comes with me. In my hand luggage I have got the iPhone XL, I think, the biggest iPhone. Always make sure it's fully charged before you get on a flight. I also take my smaller laptop. I think this is the MacBook. I think it's literally just called the MacBook, but it's the skinniest and smallest of my 3 laptops, so this is the one that I like to travel with. I have this little Chloe purse, which was actually a gift with purchase, and I have my foreign currency in here. At the moment it's filled with euros, and I also travel with a Revolut card, which is really easy for currency exchange, and I find it just a lot safer to use that than using my actual credit or debit card when I'm traveling. It's also really good to help you budget, so I would definitely recommend Revolut cards. And last but not least, I have this little clutch here. It is a little elephant pouch from French Connection. This was one of their charity collaborations for an elephant sanctuary, and in here you will just find all of my memory cards and a memory card reader so that I can do my editing and work on the aeroplane. Oh my goodness, this was a super long video. I will be amazed if you guys are still here, so please leave the word elephant in your comment if you got to the end of this video. I will be so amazed. But I really hope you found it interesting and useful. Let me know if you've picked anything up from this video that you will now definitely be taking on your next long haul flight with you. These are just the things that I love to have with me, and they make me feel most at home. They enable me to enjoy the journey a little bit more. I think I've mentioned everything, pretty sure I have, but yeah, I hope you found it interesting and useful. And if you are traveling anywhere anytime soon, I wish you a fabulous trip. I hope you have a fantastic time, and darlings, I'll see you in my next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.